things too, man. Talking about just policies in general and how there's some crazy misconception that Democrats have been doing a good job at anything they've been doing is a completely misnomer. They've held office for 12 out of the last 16 years, and they want to blame Trump for 4 years that he's been in. That makes no sense at all, right?
Right.
They,
When he got into office, he undid everything that they were starting to do.
when he got into office, Obama, before Obama left, he said that for the national growth for the
He had a
economy
very
would grow
strong
over.
economy when
Listen,
Obama
hold
left.
on, listen. Would on there was no more growth of over a 1.5%. So
Where you get these
Obama,
numbers from?
I'll send it to you after the fact. But
Yeah, where
Obama
you get
had
these numbers from? Because I don't believe you.
Obama's national growth
Not when
was
we had
1.5
record-breaking
year
job
over.
growth.
What are you even talking about?
Obama grew our economy.
He grew it at a 1.5% growth. And
It
he said,
grew.
listen, if you stop talking, I can tell you what happened.
See,
So year over year, it was at 1.5. And he said that the years of the economy growing above that were done and over with. When Trump came into office, the economy grew at 3.5. So that right there tells you that he was doing something right. With that said, the reason why black folks are voting for Trump, and not even just black folks, but people with actual common sense are voting for Trump is because
they
we
want to live in
remember
Gilead.
we remember the time when the cost of everything wasn't where it is right now. You didn't have groceries at sky high rates. You weren't paying $8 for eggs. You weren't paying
Inflation was
$5.
worldwide, not just in the U.S. And inflation wasn't as much in the U.S. as everywhere else in the world.
Again, the fact remains that even though inflation is
We
still
weren't by
oh,
ourselves.
and
It was a
even though
global.
inflation is still above what it was prior to Trump leaving,
That was a global
hold
issue.
on. Well, I didn't interrupt you when you were speaking, so can I speak?
Oh man.
Okay. So even though inflation is down from when it was sky high, the wages haven't gone up. Our wages haven't increased. So
About the same.
our dollar isn't going as far as it did. And that's just the fact of the matter. When Trump was in office, we had actual wage growth. People were making more money year over year than they had been prior. And they talk about Trump's tax cuts. They're trying to say that it only benefit people who were wealthy, when in fact the average annual growth of income went up $7,000 with Trump's tax cuts. So I hate how people aren't even going to ask Kamala in 2025 when the Trump tax cuts go out, does she plan on extending it or not? Because if she decides to cut it, that's going to automatically increase everybody's taxes. Talking about she's not going to raise taxes for anybody that makes under 400,000, which is a lie. But not only that, we can talk about the policies. Which, if you're voting for Kamala, you're definitely voting against your interests, because all of her policies are going to do nothing but increase the cost of our living. Like I forgot who mentioned it. It might have been you, Mari, that talked about the $25,000. No, it was Ice that asked about the $25,000 home first time home buyers. That's not going to do anything but raise the cost of houses, and not even to mention it's going to raise the cost of home supplies. So people who build these houses. See, the thing about supply and demand is when you get a larger amount of demand for these homes, the cost of the supplies to build said homes are going to just go even higher. So where do they expect to? There's already a shortage in material to build homes. So when you add a million people trying to buy a house for the first time, it's just going to increase that cost even more. And then she starts pandering to black folks
Mm.
because the whole time she was running, she had never mentioned doing anything specifically for black men. And then she noticed, oh hey, black men aren't rocking with me, so I need to do something for them.
Right.
She's talking about giving black men the ability to have a loan forgiveness for businesses, which number one isn't going to pass because it goes against the Civil Rights Amendment. The 14th Amendment completely goes against that, so it's going to get shot down in the court. So
Oh
there's no
man.
reason for her to do that. But for her to even just think that she can appeal to us on some pandering type stuff at the last minute, when she said that I'm not trying to do anything for black people, I'm trying to do things for Americans. So what happened to that? You see black people are leaving you now. Now you want to do something for them. It doesn't make sense, man. Her policies don't make sense. What the heck is an economic opportunity zone? Like, she can't speak to any of this stuff, man. These people in her ear, she's just an empty suit, just like Joe Biden was. They got people that are behind her telling her things to say, and she ain't even good at saying it.
And Trump is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We have 4 years of him doing great. He has a track record. We had no new
in a
wars.
decline.
We had no new wars. It was the first time in 82
We had
years we
a
ain't never
civil war basically when he was in office.
a civil war.
There was civil unrest the entire time he was in office.
Because leftists couldn't stand somebody being in the office that they didn't like. And it's crazy because people talk about Trump like he's so far right. Like he's so far right. Trump's probably the most moderate president on the conservative side that has ever ran. He's pro-gay. He's pro-gay marriage. He's pro-abortion. He spends a lot of money in the government. That was one of my faults with him. He spent way too much money while he was in office.
Totally.
He's the most to be fair. I'm super far right to Trump. To say Trump's far right is crazy. It's insane. And not even to mention, if you voting for the Democratic Party is so anti-Christian. If you consider yourself a Christian or have any type of faith, I didn't say Trump was Christian. I didn't say Trump was Christian, but I'm saying that the Democrat Party is anti-Christian. They're anti-God.
Honey, no. Christians don't even live by the Bible, honey.
I don't know what Christian you're talking about.